Workout number 1 for the 2020 Battle Off Admiral is 4-time, 40 snatches, 10 lateral burpees over your weight, 40 squat cleans, 10 lateral burpees over your weight, 40 one-arm overhead lunges, 10 lateral burpees over your weight, 20 snatches, 5 lateral burpees over your weight, 20 squat cleans, 5 lateral burpees over your weight, and 20 one-arm lunges, 5 lateral burpees over your weight. There is no time cap. The power snatch begins from the floor on every repetition. Notice here that the athlete is performing multiple repetitions in a row with the same arm. That is totally fine as long as each arm performs equal work for the prescribed amount of repetitions. Every rep finishes with the arm locked out overhead, fully extended. No bend in the knees, no bend in the hips, all the way locked out. You notice that you can also drop that weight at the top, swap either on the way down or at the floor. Common no reps might be not locking out the weight overhead. This might be a slightly exaggerated video, but make sure that arm is totally locked out. Another reason for a no rep may be not going from the floor. Here you see the athlete going from a hang position. Every rep does need to go from the floor on the snatch. The squat clean also goes from the floor every repetition. Additionally, you can see the athlete here using the same arm for multiple repetitions. Just like the snatch, as long as each arm performs equal work, is totally fine. The hips drop below parallel in every repetition, and the athlete stands every repetition all the way up before the dumbbell comes back down to start the next rep. Faults we might see on this one would be not going below parallel on the squat, making sure that hip crease goes as low as or below those knees every single time. Here we see an athlete not fully standing it up before they drop the weight off the shoulder. You must fully stand up every repetition before the weight can go down to start the next rep. You also might see an athlete not going from the floor. Here you see an athlete going from a hang position and not from the ground. You must return to the floor for every repetition. On lunges, we will be alternating legs every rep. You may hold the weight on either side, left or right, as long as you alternate every repetition. Here you see the athlete has done forward lunges and now they're doing backward lunges. That is totally fine. You may also do walking lunges as long as you perform the prescribed number of repetitions. A no rep might be the knee not touching the floor at the bottom of the lunge. If you're performing this workout scaled, then you may go as low as possible without the knee touching, but an RX athlete should touch the knee. Burpees are standard rules and that the chest touches the floor at the bottom, but we do have a lateral jump every time. Notice the athlete is doing a 2-footed jump over that dumbbell. Now he can step up from that burpee, he can step back from that burpee, but we see the RX version of the movement has that jump being performed over the dumbbell. Here we see the athlete is turning to face the dumbbell. That is fine. They're still doing a 2-footed jump over the weight, which is totally legal, even if they have to turn for it. No reps here, would be stepping over unless you're participating in the scale division. The step over is allowed for scaled because everyone should be moving directly over that weight. This would not be a good rep for the RX division. A no rep in the RX division will also be jumping behind the weight and not over it. Just going from side to side does not meet the required movement standards, so make sure you physically jump over the weight for every repetition.